Shalom, shalom, shalom. Barakatah to the Father of lights. Peace and blessings to the Son and big brother to the kingdom, Yahweh Shai. All praises due. Peace and power to the throne. Peace and blessings to the small remnant. You out there listening, learning, and edifying. All praises due. You know, y'all know what's getting scary about this? Everything that's been spoke on, you're starting to see it in real time, right? I mean, like I said, I've been talking for years, but now you're starting to see, right? Even the scoffers, they try to keep a happy face. They try to keep spewing out, you know, their little jabs and thinking shit is funny, man. We almost there. And you know, like Hollywood, right? I forgot what they call it, but the elites have a system. When you look at these things like The Simpsons, this predictive programming, they have to let you know, all right, what they're getting ready to do by law, their own laws. Now, they don't have to be clear. They don't have to tell you, look, we finna do this or kill y'all. They put it in movies. They put it in cartoons. So they have what's called cognitive dissonance. All right. And that's so that the thing is, what they're getting ready to pull, what they're getting ready to do is so terrible, so horrible, so demonic and devilish and wicked, right? That the only way that they can deal with the guilt of what they're going to do is they have to be able to tell themselves, well, we warned them, they didn't listen, so it's not our fault. That's how they keep from going insane, because what they're doing is so exceedingly wicked, all right? They have to have a way out. Gotta pull up a little bit, y'all. So, what I've been doing, hold on a minute, y'all. All right. Somebody was in my spot. If you look at a lot of these movies and TV shows and stuff, they're telling you what's going to happen. As I've been telling y'all, I've been binge watching The Walking Dead, right? I see, The Walking Dead was on in like 2014, 15, them years like that. See, those were years that I was working, man, and I didn't have no time to watch no TV, man. I was on the road all the time. I'm up at 2:30 on the freeway by 3:15, you know. Then I was doing videos. That was part of the all gas, no brakes. Y'all remember that, right? So then I'm back home like 8, 9 o'clock at night. I miss all of those shows, but I always want to see them. So now that I'm home now, I'm retired, I've had a chance to binge watch all of these shows to get that info that I wanted to get. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. This ain't no conspiracy. This is real shit. If you ever watched The Walking Dead, if you see the zombies, right? If you see the zombies, they call them herds. And sometimes it's 20 or 30 of them. Sometimes it's thousands. And when the thousands come through there, the settlers, the people that are left, the ones that haven't turned, right? They're always running for their life. Just like the Bible said they would. They're always running for their life. If they sleep, they can't get a good night's sleep because at any minute they got to be ready to move day or night, right? Well, ain't that what the scripture said? He said the day of the Lord is going to be as if a man escapes from a lion and runs into a bear, gets away from the bear or runs in the house and he get bit on the hand by a snake, man. It's going to be non-stop pressure. And when you look at these movies, that's what's in there. They have engineered this shit, man. Now, they call them herds, all right? The zombies actually, they're brain dead. They only have motor skills. They have no emotion. They have no pain. They have no nothing. They just keep going. And if they bite your ass, then you turn into one of them. Now, I don't know if that's extra or whatever. But I do know in Psalm 91 it says that only with thy eyes shalt thou look and see the reward of the wicked. It said, do not be afraid of the pestilence that walketh by day. All right? So if a pestilence is walking, that's disease. That's a disease. But it's walking though. Okay? Matter of fact, let me get it. Let's go to Psalms 91. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. They fucking with this but there's blackouts down here. I haven't been able to really use the phone today. All right, let's go to Psalms 91. It says, thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. So the Most High getting ready to reward the wicked. All right, now the reason I said herd, if you watch The Walking Dead, they call them herds. The big old groups of fucking dead people that are reanimated and walking, right? Am I saying it's going to be The Walking Dead? I don't know. I don't know what they done. But I do know this. I do know that with the booyah, right? Y'all remember the when the booyah was out and they was, on people like, if you don't get the booyah, you lose your job, or you can't do this, you can't do that. Remember that shit? All that high pressure tactics to get people to do it. Well, they did it, right? If some of y'all ain't aware, what they said was, notice it's gone now. Remember the 6 feet? You gotta be 6 feet and all that, and you have to wear the mask and all that shit, and had to be masked up, and you had to even show them that you got booyah'd up to go eat somewhere and all that. Remember that? And if not, you had to eat outside. Remember all that shit? Well, it all stopped when they reached what's called herd immunity. Herd immunity. Okay? Now, once that was reached, that was it. You ain't heard nothing else, right? So that means they got enough people that's booyah'd up. Now, when you watch The Walking Dead, they never tell you why everybody is reanimating, right? They just said, hey, everybody got it. But they never go into detail. Well, that Walking Dead shit came out in like either 2010 or 11, something like that, all the way up to 2015 and all the way up, but they were letting you know, right? Now, nobody put that together, but I'm watching this shit and I'm like, yeah. So, what's in store? I don't know. But I do want to show you this video here. Now, this Japhite, they be on that weirdo shit, and they be sounding crazy and shit. I mean, motherfuckers said he got a time machine. I don't know. Maybe he do. But if you listen to what his ass say right now, the shit lines up. So I want y'all to listen to this real quick.
Resolution immediately, bro. You're gonna break that resolution immediately, bro. Yeah,
Yo, Sean.
Fancy cameraman.
Any predictions for the next century?
Predictions for the next century. I think Y2K, like the world's gonna be fine. We're all gonna be fine.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's. I think the New York City skyline is gonna change drastically in the next year. I think in 20 years there's gonna be a great sickness that will cause us all to recede back into our houses. I think Ellen DeGeneres, she's gonna be canceled.
Like the show?
No, like the person. It's a whole thing. People could be canceled in the future. Yeah, the PS5. That's gonna happen. So the Great Sickness. And then in 2025, the world as we know it is going to change. Society is going to collapse. Only a few people will survive. And those chosen few will be tasked with rebuilding society. They're actually gonna use a book. There's a book, it's called The Guide to Rebuilding Civilization. I have a time machine and I went and got it, actually.
What?
So, take a look at this. This is what they're going to use 2024, just to prove that I have a time machine, dude.
Wait, what?
So, yeah, I mean, it shows you how to rebuild society. I mean, it's plain and simple. So basically, I mean, they start out with what plants you can eat, how to tie ropes and make ropes, simple tools, right? But then you go into the future, and I mean, it shows you how to make bows and crossbows. We have, I mean, tanks, everything you could possibly need to rebuild the society. I mean, that's what, and that'll happen in 2025 about. Society collapses, a lot of people die, some survive, and those that have this book are the ones that end up leading the new world. So, that's my prediction. I don't know if it's right. I mean, we might all die tonight from Y2K. Nah, but, you know, I'm excited. So, Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
They're both gonna drop.
All right. This camera, fancy camera guy. I mean, outdated compared to what even in 10 years will be in phones in our pockets. I'm assuming. I'm guessing. We're gonna break that resolution immediately, bro.
All right, so was he on point? I remember that Y2K shit in 1999. Everybody thought the world was going to end. You know, I remember this dumb motherfucker went on and bought, like, what was it, $15,000 worth of water in his damn garage. And the next day, nothing happened. All right? Nothing happened. So he's sitting there looking like a fool because he thought he was going to be able to price gouge people and charge them $10 a bottle or some shit and get rich. Dumb motherfucker. Never happened. Everybody thought the computers were going to crash and all that. Didn't happen. All right. So this Japhite was on point with everything. He said in 20 years, people was going to go back in their house. Did it happen? That was 2020. Right? That was 2020. Then he said, now I've heard this before, man. 2025, they have already predicted that there's going to be about 300 and some odd million deaths in the United States alone. 300 million. All right. 2025 is going to be a bloody, deadly year. Now, did you see the book he had? The book he had to deal with building weaponry that was non-ballistic. Now, like I said, if you watch The Walking Dead, if you know anything about Daryl Dixon, all right, Rick Grimes, all of them in there. Rick Grimes has a Colt Python 45 6-shooter pistol, right? Daryl Dixon got a crossbow. See, these are the things that man is gonna have to go back to using because ballistic weaponry is gonna the way they did it, man. The first like 10 episodes, they blasting. They shooting. But at some point, bullets are gonna run out. So you have to go back to hunter-gatherer weapons, bows and arrows, crossbows, slingshots. Man gonna have to go back to his primal state in order to live because there's not gonna be any resupply. Factories are gonna shut down. All right, qualified men that know how to make weapons and things like that, they're not gonna have the tools or the time to do that because they're gonna be too busy on the run trying to survive. All right, Factories are going to shut down. They did poison the livestock. They did poison the water. Right? It's not going to be funny, y'all. Like I said, it ain't going to happen to us. But everybody that's laughing and scoffing right now, they're going to pay the cost, man. They're going to pay the cost. And there's nothing that could be done about it. When it said this the time of Jacob's trouble, it is. And the northern kingdom is really going to suffer. Because this is your time to suffer. Right? So, all of y'all in this royal house, all praises. All of y'all that think this is a joke, you're going to find out, man. You're going to find out. And it starts next year. The Deuce 5 is going to be a fat bitch. Okay? And what's going to happen is, all right, Trump got what's scheduled called the 10-day blackout. So, for 10 days, he said he's going to be running a reel to show the wicked ass shit that all these celebrities and Democrats and elites have been doing all these years behind closed doors. The Vatican. You know, they be sacrificing kids in the basement of the Vatican. They got a big red pentagram down there where they take babies down there, man, and execute them. See, Moloch is alive and well here. He never left. Ever since the time of when the Bible wasn't written back then, but through the time of Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, all that, they were doing it back then, causing their kids to pass through the fire. Right? That's what that means. Let me get a preset. It's Leviticus 18 and 21. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Moloch, neither shalt thou profane the name of the Lord thy power. I am the Lord. See? This is Deuteronomy 18 and 10. Thou shalt not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or daughter or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch. So this is the time that all of this stuff is getting ready to come to an end. The Most High finna eradicate this planet, man. It's cleanup time. Okay? It's cleanup time. And these stupid motherfuckers just still sitting there sniggling and scoffing and laughing, man. I mean, Yahushua said that this time was going to be just like in the days of Noah. And man, he wasn't lying. They scoffed and laughed at Noah for years. Okay? Now, the only one trying to warn you motherfuckers out here is me. All right? That big nose nigga from the house of David. I'm trying to warn people, and they don't listen, man. But I ain't gonna stop. I'm gonna finish up strong, right? But next year, 300 million plus deaths predicted in the United States. How's that gonna happen? Well, remember the herd immunity? Remember that? Well, what do you think that means? That means that 85% of the population, they got stuck. There's a timer, right? This thing, it needs time to mature. And for 2020 to now is 5 years. So, because of that, when it matures, it's already started. I can't tell you how many people. Look, I got people that I went to high school with that I'm still Facebook friends with, man. And I can't tell you how many people, how many of them have lost people already. You know, especially a lot of my female classmates. Husband's gone, man. One after the other. So it's already kicking. And I know that's what it is, man. You know? Because a lot of them, you know, they're not in no, they don't believe, you know, they believe that's, oh, well, we just go along to get along. But it costs them. And it's plausible deniability for the ones responsible because they can always say it's something else. But these people going down, man. All right. So now when 2025 hit, see, depending on what happens tomorrow, well, I don't know. Either way it go, they've had to activate the U.S. military, man, for voting. They've never had to do that, ever. It was always, you know, people griped and talked shit, but not like that. Lives are at stake. They've had to put a heavy police presence at the polls so people can vote. Now, of course, we ain't taking part in that, but I mean, it shows you where we at. Now, this is a double-sided blade, man. If Skamala win, guess what? She really ain't won. She can't be over this country, man. The corporation is dead and they know it. But the Democrats are so fucking chicken shit, it's scandalous and do dirty that they'll still try to keep the bullshit going because they don't want to lose that power. Now, Trump is the one that activated the military. You know why? Because if they don't step down, he's going to have to take it by force. And that's when shit is going to get ugly. But here's the killer. Once he does that, once he exacts that military order, that martial law to the fullest extent, all right? Once he does that, shit is going to get real ugly. And all of these MAGAs, Make America Great Again, all of them who think this shit going to go one way, because I'm telling you something, they got slavery on the ballot right now in California. They are fighting over right now to bring it back. They got plans for you niggas. Now, Mosai ain't sending us back into that. He not. But for you motherfuckers that missed the boat, oh, you going in it. Because the system that they got for you, okay? You got to get in the car with somebody, all right? If you don't, you're going to starve. What do Yahushua say? Whosoever loseth his life, for my sake, the same shall find it. For my sake. So, even though you missed that herd immunity, they're going to double you back. And they're going to come at you again. This time, it ain't going to be a mandate. It's going to be mandatory. They're going to be like, no. Okay, you refuse? All right. And guess what happens if you don't refuse? They're going to pack your ass in a van and ain't nobody going to see you again. They got FEMA camps, Federal Emergency Management Association. And FEMA is wicked as fuck. They already got places set up for those that don't want to comply because they're not going to allow you to run around here free. So everybody that don't, they're going to be on the run. Right? They got, look y'all, they got all this shit. They've been planning this shit for years. If you ever heard of Jade Helm, Jade Helm is real. Look it up. Agenda 21, look it up. Read. Right? And all this is written in the scriptures, man. When he said the plagues draw nigh, they are drawing nigh. Right? They so it ain't gonna be funny. They gonna shut all these damn churches down. All these fucking fried chicken and honey butter biscuit eating ass pastors, all that shit going away. The Antichrist is coming. And he gonna show himself. He gonna show himself. Right? And it's not gonna be a good place. See, it's always been the world against the Most High's children, right? Now it's gonna be the Most High's children against the world. But we gonna have the upper hand. See? But this is why everything had to be done decently and in order. All these camps, all these motherfuckers, what does it say in Psalms 101? Except the Lord buildeth the house, they labor in vain that build it. Now, when he said that all things must be done decently and in order, what is he talking about? The order of the house. Did they build that house? All these camps, did they build that house according to the blueprints that the Most High has set forth? Well, let me see. Let's find out. They're going to be out right here. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 11. The words of the wise are as gold and as nails fastened by the masters of assemblies, which are given from one shepherd. Do they have one shepherd? No. They got a bunch of shepherds. Everybody want to be a shepherd, right? Everybody want to be a shepherd. Now, what does it say? Ezekiel 34 and 23. And I will set up one shepherd over them, and he shall feed them, even my servant David. He shall feed them, and he shall be their shepherd. Now, if people don't believe that David exists, if they don't believe he's here, then I mean the Bible lying. Most High said he was going to raise them up. So, if you don't believe that he's talking to you right now, you fucked. Because this is the only place you can get it. This house was built by the blueprints of the scriptures. It's one shepherd, and the law of liberty is the Lord's law. That is the royal law. This is the only place it's taught. So we got the blueprints. We don't keep the law of Moses. We keep the 10 commandments. Boiled down to 2. Love the Lord with all thy heart and love thy neighbor as thyself, right? So those are the only people that are going to get away. This is why he said, except he left us a very small remnant, we should be like Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah, destroyed. So we're at the eve of destruction. 2025 is going to be terrible, and that's the kickoff. And once he starts it, you know, everybody that's worried about, I heard that woman on the last video talking about she's, you know, they can't get Christmas gifts. Look, that's going to be the least of your worries. But see, everybody going to feel this shit. Because the Most High is getting ready to turn the tables on everybody that has something to do with the southern and northern kingdom being thrown into slavery here in the United States. Think about it. If you don't believe this is the time of judgment, why is everybody getting judged? France got judged. Germany getting judged. Russia getting judged. Ukraine getting judged. All right. Australia getting judged. Ireland getting judged. Britain getting judged. Spain is getting judged. Africa getting judged. Cuba getting judged. Venezuela getting judged. All right. Canada getting judged. Okay. America is getting judged. Why? Because this is the time of judgment. And he said he was going to remove the mirth from everywhere. Mirth is happiness, joy, singing. Ain't nobody happy now. We are in the time of judgment. That's why you can't tell these dumb fucks that we are not in the time of repentance. We are in the time of judgment. And the king is going to rule whether you believe it or not. So Royal House, you better stay put. Better stay on point. You better stay on your square. Because the payoff is coming. The destruction is at hand. And all of these motherfuckers think that Trump finna save them. All I can say is, when they shall say peace and safety, sudden destruction shall come upon them, and they shall not escape. The destruction is imminent. Right? So, we see what's going on. We see what's going on with the elections and all that. Ain't gonna help nothing. Like I say, either the Democrats are gonna step down, or Trump is gonna have to use the military to drag these motherfuckers all the way down. But then what happens then? He brings the BRICS online. That means the whole monetary system is done. Got to get a new one. And they're going to have to put it in place. That means it's going to be digital ID, which is what the Booyah is. See? So, something to think about. Right? Think it's a joke if you want. Scoffers, you can keep scoffing. Think this shit is funny, and it's not. You motherfuckers are going to pay too. Royal House, hey, this ain't the time to faint. you better double down, pray, all right, and keep your head straight, right? This ain't the time to fuck up, all right? So, we'll see where this goes, and we'll see what happens on tomorrow. Like I said, I don't believe it's going to be like that quick. It's going to be a fast, gradual downgrade after that. Once this shit is done tomorrow. This is all we've been waiting on, right? So, now, we're going to see what's happening, all right? So, like I say, this for your edification. Take it how you take it for what it's worth. You know, I hope you don't take it lightly though. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off of here. I want to give all praises to the Father of lights, Barak Atah. Peace and blessings. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry. Peace and blessings, Yahweh Shai, the big brother and the big brother and son to the kingdom. Peace and power to the throne. All right, and peace and blessings to you out there. Stay tuned for the next video. KD out. Shalom.